On to some juicy questions. A lot of people have been wanting to know if Giselle and I are living together yet. Do you plan to stay in LA long term? Late bloomer dating advice. How come you don't vlog as much as you used to? Everyone, it's Morgan Yates and welcome back to my channel. For today, I thought we would do a very cozy Q&A. I just finished drinking some tea and it's chilly out and just the holiday vibes are here. As you can tell, I've already decorated. You guys submitted some questions over on Instagram and we're just gonna get started. First question is, how are you doing lately? I'm combining this one with how are you feeling / how has your health been? Because if you watch my vlog channel, I've been talking for a while about how I've been having a bunch of knee pain, knee problems going on, which from experience, I feel like until something like this happens to you, you don't realize like just how bad it is or like the extent to which it inhibits your life. The past few months for me have been a bit of a struggle and very discouraging with just feeling like I don't have control over my body. But I started physical therapy. Well, it's been over a month now and I'm feeling so much better. So thank you to the people who asked about that. Like I feel like a new person. I don't know, just not being able to work out or like literally just walking around my house and like being in pain and not like working out and like, you know, releasing those endorphins. It was just like my mental health, you know, it was just on the decline. I'm happy to report that I am feeling better. I've been going back to Rumble. I'm going there today and I'm just so thankful to be feeling better. And I said this in a vlog recently, but it's just been such a lesson in just never taking any part of your health for granted. As for other things not pertaining to that, October was the craziest month for me between Halloween party stuff, which I hate to say it, not that people care this much, but I think next year I'm gonna bow out. Oh man, this time that goes into setting up like one of these theme parties the way I do it, and then like the time to like clean up and just like, it is exhausting. And I'm thinking next year it would just be really nice to go to whatever Halloween event I go to, spend my few hours there, come home and like not have that control a couple weeks of my time. So, but yeah, there was that. My sister came to visit. Things have just been like super busy. The vlog I just posted spanned like an entire month. Honestly, also, I have been work-wise, like not in the best situations a couple of times. I'm beginning to work with some really great brands, but I feel like, but one brand in particular, a very long-term partner of mine that's not Fabletics, so you got one other option here. A partnership that I really loved, really cared about, really put my all into is just like completely going against our contract and like screwing me financially, and I'm doing everything I can in this situation, and I don't even know. I don't want to get into that, but that's just been like a situation that's been weighing on me a lot lately, and it's not resolved at all, but I'm trying to just put it out of my mind. Aside from all of those things, I'm actually doing really well. I love that we are entering the holiday season. I'm so excited for just like that in general, like having friends over for like some casual little just like holiday activities, making cookies, gingerbread houses. Also just really happy in my relationship, and I feel like that makes the holidays so special. Things on the horizon are looking good. Thank you for asking. That was a very long answer, but I am feeling the best I have presently in a really long time. Next question, do you have any trips coming up? The only trip I have between now and the holidays is going to San Francisco. Actually this weekend, me and Giselle are gonna go for like less than 48 hours just because I had a Delta, the credit card I have. It's like the Delta Reserve card. Every year I get a round trip companion ticket. It would have been better to use that to like North Carolina or New York or like somewhere where I was getting some better value in than a short flight like San Francisco, but it just didn't work out that way. So we're just taking a little weekend trip to cash in a free flight, basically. Also, I will have that credit card. Not that you should ever just go get a credit card because I'm talking about this. Those are serious decisions, but if you're in the market for a travel card, I will link the exact credit card I have below because I know they're doing a really good referral offer right now for anyone who joins to get like a ton of miles, and then I also would get some miles. So, but other than this weekend, I am staying in town. I just really want to like more than ever, I've just been loving staying at home after this summer. I just want to like soak up the holiday season here. But on that note also, because I got some questions about if I'm gonna do another like group travel with me trip in 2023. I actually am. I'm gonna be working with a different company. It's looking like this might end up being to Croatia. There's still a survey I'll have linked below. If you're interested in going on a trip with me, you can fill out the survey. It's just like where you'd wanna go, the time you're free, your budget, whatever. We have enough interest to set that trip up, which means probably in the next like 2 weeks, this would be like live and bookable. Instagram is probably where I'll share about that first, but if you do fill out that form, your email, we'll be able to contact you as soon as it comes out, like to your email address. On to some juicy questions. A lot of people have been wanting to know if Giselle and I are living together yet. And the answer, drum roll, is that yes, we are. We have been for a second. I just wasn't in any rush to announce it. It's been really good living together. I feel like we spend so much time together anyways, and just not being alone. Like, I'm very paranoid, like, especially just at night. I take comfort knowing that like someone else is here. We just live really well together. Like, the chores I hate doing, she does them, I don't have to do them anymore. Or like the things she really doesn't like, I don't mind doing at all. My rent also went up a lot this year, so that worked out timing wise, because I've been here, it's been over a year that I've been in this house, like a year and 2 months, which is crazy. I feel like that whole time like flew by. All right, next, another juicy one and an unexpected answer, even for myself. Do you plan to stay in LA long term? So I feel like I've always said like, I can't see myself anywhere else, that yes, like I would want to stay for sure in like Southern California, like if not LA. So I'm shocking myself here that really only in the past like couple of, maybe like even month, but like 1 to 2 months, for the first time ever, this has just like entered my mind. Oh, this is where it started, was my best friend Caroline, who I like grew up with, middle school, high school, went to college together, lived together, still my best friend. She and her husband just bought a house in Raleigh in North Carolina, conveniently at the same time that I've just been like a little disgruntled as a LA resident. I'm not gonna get into specifics here, just like things that have happened personally that have been really frustrating, involving some crime incidents, some police responses that I just wasn't, I'm just like, I don't feel good about living here anymore. I got a freaking thing in the mail to renew my car registration. That is like $500. That's like a month's car payment. You know how much it is to renew your car registration in North Carolina? It's like $35. Like, this is the first year I've had to do that I've had my car actually registered in California. And so I was like, are you kidding me? And then I got something in the mail for my alarm system permit that I have to like pay $100 for with the city for the next year. Like, I'm just tired of paying so much dang money. And here I sound like my dad. Like, it's comical if he's watching this. I sound exactly like my dad right now. But as I get older, it's like, I want to buy a house someday. And I toured some places in LA like a couple of months ago as well, which I feel like really is just what did it for me, of being so discouraging, like touring some places. They'd been like renovated and whatever to look like nice. I mean, they were cute like from a design perspective, but just like below just the appearance, like so many things wrong with them that like, these are things at the like out of my price range even, that I wouldn't even want to live in really. And like here I'm spending so much money on rent, which is fine, but like obviously that's not something I want to do forever. If I could buy in like this townhouse, I could not even afford to buy something like this townhouse. What I could afford to buy in LA is like just not it. So that's just been becoming more of a reality to me lately, I guess, in like getting to a point where I could buy in North Carolina something like really nice. So it just feels like the longer I stay here, in a way it's like the longer I'm setting back my like future, at least financially, you know what I mean? And so with that said, I'm not in any rush to move. Honestly, like I'm saying North Carolina right here just because my best friend's moving there, my family's there, but I don't even know if I would like it there. Like I would want to go visit her like multiple times and like, you know, see if that's somewhere I would want to be, see how that is with the, you know, homophobia or lack thereof. That's definitely a concern of mine, as well as just like moving from somewhere like LA where there is so much to do, so many cool restaurants, so many events, just like things going on constantly. I worry that me personally, that the comparison would have me like missing LA. So I don't know, it's just a lot to think about. I'm not like attached to that. I don't have any kind of timeline here, and I don't know if that will even end up happening. But to answer the question, for the first time ever, it has been on my mind of I don't really see myself here for the rest of my life. As well as I've just been, which I'm doing better with this again in the past like month or so, because I've made an effort to change this. But for the past few months, I was also just feeling like my life here in LA has kind of become a little bit stagnant. I feel like when I moved here, I was like growing so much, like it was so exciting. I was doing like all these cool things, and it's just kind of like flattened out throughout time, where I feel like I'm living the same days, I'm living the same weeks, just like on repeat for the past like year or so. But I know that I also like have the power to change that to a degree. So in recent times, I've been trying to branch out, try new things, try new restaurants, go to parts of LA I have not previously spent much time in, and with that, things have been feeling just more fresh, more fun. Lots of thoughts there. If you live in Raleigh, I mean, if you live somewhere else cool that you think I would like that's more affordable, you can also let me know. It's not like I'm attached to there. It's just like if I have already community there, then that kind of makes sense of being like the place to go. But if you live there though, let me know how you think it would be, especially with the gay stuff. Late bloomer dating advice, and I'm gonna combine this with advice for single life. So I feel like I have some advice here, but also like very limited because this is from just my perspective. I know that for a lot of people, being single is like a struggle or like not ideal. Like people understandably like long to be in relationships, but being completely honest, that was never me. And I think that's probably because I was like a late bloomer when it came to dating, which I don't think is a bad thing either. Like I feel like I don't know, my life has worked out like exactly how I was supposed to. Like I don't feel like I missed anything by not being in relationships more like in the past. I was going to say though, like when I was single, that was all I'd ever known. So I was very happy like in that. And so the only real like takeaway or like thing that I guess I took for granted or didn't realize like back then is that when you're single, like I never realized like just how nice it is to like just do whatever you want like at any given time, which is not to say at all that like I would rather have that over like being in a relationship, because I feel like I'm actually thriving like being in a relationship and like love that and like would not change it back to how it was before. They're just like two completely different things and like both are great. And I didn't realize like one day you're just gonna like wake up and it'll never be the same of where like you are only thinking about yourself. I don't know if I'm getting my point across here, if this is making sense, but like if you are single, like soak it up. Like really, I know it's, if you are like the type of person that it sounds like is like wanting to be in a relationship, then I get that this is like easier said than done. Just try to like soak up that. And then in terms of just like another thought, I guess, on like being a late bloomer dating, I'm not trying to like project this concern on the person asking this question, but like for me, I always thought like I was always really like hesitant and like scared going into like dating situations because I felt like I lacked that experience, or that like people would see that as like something being wrong with me or like weird that I whatever hadn't been in some like long-term relationship. And so if these words are any comfort, like the right person is not going to care about that at all. Like I haven't dated anyone who cared about that. I know we get so many like worries in our head about like everything pertaining to dating and, you know, comparing yourself and feeling behind and whatever. But it's just so crazy because it's like we really don't need to do that, because when you find the person that's right for you, it's like exactly who you are, like just like as you are, like that is gonna be what they want, like what they love, the right fit for them, whatever. And all your like anxieties and fears and whatever only matter when it comes to like dating people that you're not a fit for. So I don't know if I even answered that question. My overall advice, which again is so much easier said than done, but it's just don't put the pressure on yourself. Try not to buy into the whole like comparing your life to someone else's and feeling behind. I never thought this would happen to me, and one day you're just gonna find your person and it's gonna feel like that was like everything that was meant to happen, you know, that everything in your life worked out the way that it was supposed to like lead you to that. At least that's how I feel. So next, someone said, are you doing Vlogmas this year? / how come you don't vlog as much as you used to? So I haven't done Vlogmas in a few years, so I will not be doing it this year either. However, in general, a goal of mine, I'm actually vlogging today, the day that I'm filming this, is to be vlogging more and posting more vlogs. As for why I don't vlog as much as I used to, I don't want to like blame this on like not being single anymore, but like ever since that changed for me, I have not been able to get like into the swing of things in terms of having like a perfect balance where I get everything done like content wise that I want to do. Like I just have not been able to make it happen like I have in the past, like when I was single. And another big part of that is like when I was living with YouTubers and when I was just by myself all the time, day and night, it was super easy. It was like obvious for me to just like want to vlog all the time because I did spend so much time by myself. And I guess around the same time too, so it's a mix of all these things, is like TikTok came up out of nowhere. And like ever since that, it's like I just feel like I have not figured out how to balance all of them. Like I don't have an editor, I don't have a manager, I'm not like a team of people, I'm like one person. And I used to have this great balance. So it's a mix of all those things. I appreciate everyone who like still does enjoy watching and like has stuck with me despite like I know I don't vlog as much as I used to, but also the frequency to which I was vlogging just all the time and like showing every part of my life back then. I do just value privacy and like offline moments, fully being present with like my friends, most of whom aren't YouTubers now. That, but also realistically, I don't think it'd be sustainable for the rest of my life to like keep vlogging like that. Like, I don't know. So things are evolving, but it is a goal of mine to get back to vlogging more as well in terms of just like vlogging full days versus like how my vlogs have been lately. It's like October being crazy. As well as, last thought, YouTube viewership as a whole across the platform is also just like on the decline in terms of users. So I'd be lying if I said that it wasn't also a little bit harder than it used to be to like want to post all the time on YouTube when it's like not discoverable versus somewhere like TikTok, you know? Compared to in the past, like if I don't have a video that I'm like excited about, that I like whatever, then I'll just skip the week now, which isn't how I used to be. I don't want to rush to put up some video that I don't even like fully love necessarily, just for the sake of getting a video up, like in the past maybe when like that would have actually done something good for me. All right, we're gonna end on a looking forward note. Someone said, what are your current goals / something you're looking forward to? I kind of said this in the beginning, but I'm just really excited for the holidays. I'm excited to be home with my family. I am excited and thriving just being home in LA in general, like more than ever. I'm just looking forward to doing so many cozy things and excited for getting back in shape. Oh my gosh, I am so excited to be going back consistently to my workouts. I'm beginning to work with some really cool brands lately, like Target and HBO, and just like really cool like bucket list brands for me. I have some video ideas in the works that I think also are just gonna be really fun. Maybe that's not too many specific goals at the moment, but I'm just enjoying feeling good. This lighting is getting crazier by the second, so it's time to wrap this up. If you have any other questions or video requests, I would love to see those in the comments, and I'll see all of you guys in my next video.